Welcome to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you'll hear about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Now, let's join your hosts, Spivvy Williams and Terrible T-Guy.
All right, guys, welcome to the next edition of Event Radio. Boy, do you ever think we'd come downtown Bowling Green in a golf cart and get to cruise around the square? Do you ever think we'd ever be?
I was thinking about that last night, Spivvy. We used to race bicycles around this on Saturday morning.
Yeah,
remember dodging the traffic?
Yeah.
And to be able to come down here and do like you're doing on the squares, it's pretty neat.
I think it's really cool.
I wouldn't have thought we'd ever have this many hot rods in Bowling Green.
No, me neither. We're at the Juvenile Diabetes Show, guys, at the downtown Bowling Green, believe it or not, on the square. We didn't have to come very far to do this one.
Didn't have to get up that early this morning.
No, well, yeah, sort of, too early.
Kind of, maybe, sort of.
Kind of, sort of, maybe. But we're going to have a lot of fun today. We're going to introduce you to a lot of people. And mainly it's a lot easier on it because we know a lot of these guys. You know, a lot of the times on this show we have to go up and meet people cold turkey, which we don't do too bad with. But
they like us when we leave.
Yeah, by the time we leave, we're okay. But there's a lot of cars down here, a lot of good-looking stuff.
Of course, the way it should be, Spivvy. Bowling Green is, I don't care what anybody else in Kentucky says, Bowling Green is the race city of Kentucky.
Yeah, it's the car capital of the state, and we had a little meeting, and we won't stay on this very long, but we had a little meeting with the local Chamber of Commerce on what could be done to increase the car awareness. Well, it's real simple, guys. If you are listening and you are a business person, call up the local hometown TV and your local newspaper here and say, look, guys, I may need to rethink my advertising budget unless you start covering some of these car events. You know,
good idea.
It was a shame that when the Hot Rod Reunion was here, that I flipped on the TV at 10 o'clock on my hometown television station, and all I got was soccer coverage out of Argentina.
Or they'd rather cover it somewhere some cracky had done something stupid.
Yeah, well, the thing about it, you know, ball games and all that are cool. If you're into that, that's great. But if you could see what we're seeing right now, there is a huge car audience in Bowling Green, not to mention just the Corvette that it made it Bowling Green Corvette City, USA, and known all over the world. But there's a lot of car influence, a lot of great companies.
One of our sponsors, Beach
two of
Bend.
our sponsors now, three of our sponsors are all car related locally, right here in Bowling Green. Of course, Beach Bend Park and Splash Lagoon, which we can never say enough out of them guys. But
Quick Fuel
finish. Technology, Final Finish, and now our buddies at Holly have joined on us with us to bring this show to you, and pretty cool deal. I mean, it's a situation that we're having a lot of fun. We're getting run over by a GTO here real quick. We'll get out of the way. So
you know what GTO stands for?
Gran Turismo Homologata.
You got it.
Yeah.
See, we did learn something in school.
Yeah, well, no, actually, I like GTOs. That's the reason that I learned that. It wasn't that I was that smart.
I think you had a burgundy one, didn't you?
Yeah, I had an old burgundy one.
Was we freshmen or sophomores?
Yeah, and
I know you didn't have your license, of course.
Oh, why do you bring up those things? Anyway,
Statute
our buddy that we're going to
happen.
have when we do a little history show, we're going to have our buddy Mr. DJ Donald Johnson on here, and he was a big GTO guy back then here in town.
I think he had the first one in town.
I believe he did. He had the first GTO in Bowling Green, as well as doing a bunch of drag racing and a bunch of stuff like that. So we'll get to talk to him. But we're going to take a real quick little break, and we're getting moved out of the way again for parking another hot rod. So we'll do that. But we're going to take a real quick little break to say hi, how are you from our sponsors, and we will be right back with our first victim.
Say bye.
All right, guys, we are back with our very first victim on Event Radio today, and it's an old buddy that's got he actually has bought a business, a very, very successful business that probably stuff we know about now that he didn't know when he bought it, and it's like bringing Christmas. Mr. Joel Dahl. Joel, how are you, my friend?
We're doing good today, Spivvy. Thank you.
Yeah, and tell everybody you've got a company that you bought from Mr. Pete Osbrooks that makes all the cool billet stuff for 55, 6, and 7 Chevys. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's true. We good Lord's blessed us with this new business. It's actually an old business, but it's new to us. And of course, Pete and Ann, they've decided to retire and enjoy what they worked so hard for all these years, and we're really enjoying this new business.
Well, you'll do good with it, buddy, because you don't do much shoddy stuff, you know. How big a thrill was it to you to hear that the Tri-5 event signed for 3 years at Beach Bend beginning next August? That should make you right at home.
I'm very excited to hear that coming to Bowling Green. That, of course, like everybody knows that's been listening to y'all's show about Beach Bend and how big it is for Bowling Green, and I think it's going to be just something awesome for our business, especially since that's what we specialize in.
Well, yeah. I mean, you guys make everything that's cool, you know. I mean, you got all the neat stuff. How do people find you, man, on the Internet? Or I know you travel to a ton of shows like the one you're at today, but how do they find you through the week?
They can call us at our shop. It's 270-842-6016, or they can find us online. And that's we still have Pete's old website. It's www.petesfab.com.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, that's.
But it's going to be called Backroads Fabrication right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete, he kind of wanted to hang on to his name, so he asked me if we'd change the name. And my wife,
it is a pretty good name, you know.
Well, if you ever come to see us, you'll know why we named it Backroads. We're kind of way out in the sticks, and one night my wife and son and daughter, we sat down, we tried for a few days to figure out something. That's what we come up with.
Well, I tell you what, just because it's out in the country, that sure don't mean the quality's any less.
He wasn't lying when he said back roads. I mean,
yeah,
a GPS get confused, but this is a family-owned business. All of them caring.
Yeah, you know, and anything you want, basically, from door handles to window things.
Yeah, we had the window cranks.
What all do you make? Yeah, tell me what all you make.
Well, for inside the car, we had the custom aluminum doorknobs. Everything is billet aluminum, polished. We have the dash inserts. We have gauge cluster panels. We have door seals. They're a really big seller for all three of the cars. Even we do some stuff for the 55 through 59 trucks. Gauge cluster panels, door seals. Out under the hood, we have hood latch supports, plates. We have radiator core support covers. Have radiator core supports on each side of the radiator. Firewall plates for the 57s. Just a lot of stuff like that.
So everything is cool. In other words, you got one to make it look good.
It does. It really enhances the looks of the,
the
cars.
It's really cool.
You walk around here today, Spivvy, and look at all the
you can come to just about any show, and even though it probably doesn't have a decal on it, but you go look at the really slick 55, 6, and 7 Chevys, and they got some of Joel's stuff on them, that's for sure. Shame you can't monogram those things a little bit so they know exactly where it came from. But
that would be nice.
But all the cool cars got it. Let's put it that way. Well, you having fun down here today at the Cruise In, JDRF Cruise In?
Oh, I love it. Anything you want to see, I believe, is here today, from the coolest rat rods to the nicest show cars. There's a 55 Nomad over there that's got a complete Corvette interior in that thing. It's just awesome.
Well, this Corvette City, it's supposed to have that kind of stuff, right?
That's true. That's true.
Well, listen, buddy, we're going to cut you loose. We got to stab and steer and go to a lot of places here, but we appreciate you taking a few minutes to be on Event Radio and telling everybody about all the cool stuff that Backroad Fabrications or PetesFab.com, however you want to find it, or call the phone number, guys. But just call Joel, and he'll ship you the stuff right there and get it there faster than you ever knew a UPS truck could run, you know. So we're going to stab and steer, get out of here, and find another victim. Joel, my friend, thank you for being on Event Radio.
You, Joel.
Spivvy, you and Terry, we appreciate you having me on here today. I appreciate it. And you keep T-Bone kind of under control.
Oh, please. You're not asking for much.
You don't know it, but my wife and Terry are cousins. I don't tell everybody that.
He's about the only one on my family that admits that.
Oh, boy, I tell you what.
I
feel sorry for you.
Yeah, I've known Terry for years. He's a nutcase, but he's a good dude. And so are you. I've known you for years too.
Well, we have a lot of fun. You know, we get to go to a lot of places with this little deal, and we get to talk to a lot of people. And, man, it's just cool. It's fun.
Yep, it's got to be. Well, appreciate it again, Spivvy.
All right, buddy. We're going to stab and steer, guys. We're going to, no telling what we'll get into, but
Definitely
we'll be.
gonna get into the line dance.
Oh, yeah, no, I can see you line dancing. We're going to be right back, guys. All right, we're back from the JDRF cruise, guys. Needless to say, T and I can get down here with 5,000 cars, and we wind up chasing horsepower, but a different kind of
I
horsepower.
think we're chasing the pretty woman.
Well, I did. See, we did both, T. We did pretty good. What is your name, ma'am?
I'm Robin Harden,
Hi, Robin, and you are with the.
Rockin' Bee Horse and Carriage Company.
That's cool. And you guys are down on the square down here a lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's fun. I have actually done
We
that.
love doing downtown events.
Well, it's cool. You get to put in there, boy, and the old horses, you think they might run off with you or something, but they won't do that.
No. They're very gentle. They're white Percheron horses. They stand
what is that?
17. That's a French. It's like still in your draft horse, like
Oh,
the
okay.
Budweiser Clydesdales, but
Yeah.
it's Percherons.
Okay.
And they're about 17 and a half hands tall.
Okay.
And one is, her name is Shorty,
All right.
and the other's Pee-wee.
Is she 17 hands? Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, she missed a half a hand.
They're very gentle.
Last poker game I played, I missed a half a hand, too. But that doesn't have anything to do with it. Let me ask you something. Why the horse carriage deal, that is really big in a lot of cities.
Yes, in your larger towns that have more tourism and larger tourism dollars, they really promote the horse and carriage.
Well, we argue a lot that the local businesses, they need to put a little heat on our local media on covering the car events, because car events are better for the economy than the bust-in events.
Correct.
And I sound like
well,
I'm
and this
dead
is your
against-
local people.
Well, not necessarily that either, but let's say they bring in a ball tournament, okay? And I'm
Correct.
using it. Everybody thinks I'm
we
dead
won't even
against-
name which ball.
Well,
We'll
that's
just-
all right, but
it's
everybody
a ball
thinks I'm
tournament.
against that.
That's correct.
All of those people are brought in here in buses. They can only
That's right.
go to where that bus will take them.
That
The events that come in here, auto events, they all have free time, be it a Corvette event, be it an event at Beach Bend.
and they're going to stay.
And they're looking for something to do. And they would never know about the horse ride downtown
Correct.
if they were brought in here in a bus. But-
Absolutely, you've got it right.
Yeah,
if you're brought in a bus, you're on a tour event.
That's exactly right.
But if you're doing a car or an automobile show, then you bring your wife or your kids or your grandchildren, and you're looking for things to do.
Exactly. And that's why we're so heavy on our promotion. They want to increase car events in Bowling Green. That's the big push right now from the Chamber of Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, if you want to do that and you own a business, you need to go to the local media and say, hey, guys, if you don't start covering this stuff, we may have to spend our advertising dollars somewhere else, because we're spending advertising dollars to attract people, and if you're not going to acknowledge all these people coming to town, what's the point?
Yes.
You see what I mean?
Well, and your automobile collectors, they're a different breed.
Well,
and
and
they have their own clubs, and they're very organized.
Exactly.
And they have it together. And most of them retired, would you not say? Because they can afford to spend their time
Well,
and their
sure.
energy. And so they want to come to downtowns. They're more supporters of your downtowns
You know,
than
we-
even your tour buses.
Exactly. There's an event coming up real soon called Corvette Homecoming.
Yes.
And we've been talking to a lady from New Orleans. Well, she's thrilled to death to come here, and she'll be listening to this show, and she normally would not know the horse ride was here. And nobody would tell her the horse ride was here. And so that needs to, the local media needs to acknowledge, hey, Corvette Homecoming, you're here. Let's do it. We're glad you're here. Now, go support the local stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Lots of your towns have even a stable
Okay.
for the horses,
Okay.
and an official name, and maybe there's even a tour, and it says, come here, stand, paid X amount, and it's sponsored by X and X and X.
Do you all
And
give them a little
they-
bit of a history lesson when they're riding?
We do. We try to keep our dollars down. It's only $5 to ride.
Okay.
And today we have a sponsor that pays for 10 and under. So the children are free, 10 and under.
That's cool.
That's a good
And,
deal.
usually they want to know all about the farm and the horses and where do we live and where do we have them and, anything generated with Kentucky farms. And
Well, it
we
would
are
be
a
sort of
Kentucky
cool
proud-
if your carriage driver could tell them a little bit about the car events that go on in this city.
We would
that
love
be?
to. And we partner with Kevin Kirby all the time.
Well, Kevin's
We're
a great guy.
huge supporter with Kevin Kirby.
But even the events at Beach Bend, there are huge events that bring in huge amounts of people. Look at Hot Rod Reunion brought in somewhere around 30,000 people.
That's right.
And
I think that was Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got to know what's going on downtown, you know. I mean, they're not necessarily
didn't even
downtown.
say anything about anyone being here.
and the media company that was hired from out of state to come to Bowling Green by the tourism to say what's our theme, what's our logo, come up and said this is an automobile town, so use it.
Yeah.
So that's their new slogan, geared for fun.
I understand. Yeah. And that's better.
You guys got the
That's
original
right.
horsepower.
Yeah.
When they say when they did the motel surveys and tourism surveys,
Right.
is most people came to Bowling Green because Corvette.
Yeah, and shame GM won't let them use that, you know, because
That's right.
It technically
And then
ought
the
to be
second
Corvette
thing
City, USA.
is the cave.
Yeah, the caves are important.
It wasn't downtown. It wasn't car shows.
But it
wasn't
should be. It should be.
And it
There's a
should
lot
be.
of history here. Bowling Green got its name from people actually bowling right over here in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
You know, that's where that came from. And there's a lot of colorful stories. And of course, you're probably too young to know about Pauline's.
Oh, thank you.
You know, but
well, I'm a transplantee.
okay, that's cool.
I chose Bowling Green.
But Pauline's there was a thing at the library over the weekend that they were talking about the colorful characters
Yes.
of Bowling Green. And
I've
course,
heard of it.
She is the most colorful character.
Yes.
But still, it packed it. It filled it up. So people are
Pauline's
interested.
or what?
And yeah, right, Terry. Yeah, but
Reincarnated.
people are interested in history now more than ever because of television. TV has made.
That's why the History Channel is one of the most successful.
Yeah, it's made it cool. See what I mean? It didn't used to be. It was all.
Now
hell,
we
that
would
happened back
love
then.
to do historical tours.
I think
Absolutely
that
love
would be so cool. I went to one in St. Augustine, Florida.
Oh,
and,
isn't that a nice town?
Yeah, and the carriage ride there is, honest to goodness, I've been going to Florida forever. Terry and I go to Bike Week. He's been 50,000 times.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. But that's probably the most fun thing I've done in Florida,
Oh, cool.
including Disney, because the guy was fun.
Yeah, it was
And
entertaining.
It was so interesting, and this Flagler fella that developed everything is buried in a church there, you know, and you ride there.
He
and
knew
you-
all about it.
Oh yeah, and you guys, man, it would be cool to have the same.
You know,
thing
it's
out
kind of
you.
interesting. We'll take people and you know, we are a tourist attraction when we talk to people that get on the horse and carriage.
That's right.
They'll say, "Oh, well, we're on our 33rd anniversary."
Yeah.
So we even maybe take them a little bit longer than our normal because they came here from XYZ place. And so we want them to enjoy it. But we'll have people on it and they'll say, "Oh, I didn't know that was there.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that store was there."
Well,
that's because they're taking a slower pace.
And that's the way to do
and
it.
they're relaxing.
And they got time
Stopping
to
to
look.
smelling the roses.
They got
That's-
time to look.
That's it.
Yeah, they got
You're
time
not
to look.
speeding along on a one-way street.
Sure.
You know, most downtowns are even trying. Now they're reverting. They're saying, "Oh, we shouldn't have one-way streets." Because it makes people speed real fast. They want to go back to the two-way
Yeah,
where it
well,
has to take them down slower.
whatever it
So you
takes.
see what's going on.
Yeah, well, whatever it takes. And I think that probably the coolest thing, guys, if you do come to Bowling Green at any of the events, you need to come down one of the evenings that the horse carriage ride is here and get on that thing and ride because it is just cooler than pockets on a shirt.
I
mean,
appreciate that.
Yeah, it really is.
Did you know that Kevin has a hearse that's horse-drawn?
Yeah, sure did.
And
Sure did.
we're hooked up with him on that.
Oh,
so
yeah?
it's- sometimes he'll bring it out
You know, have you seen this
for
new
display.
boat?
No.
It's called River Mortis. So we have the
That's a
only
good one.
we have the only funeral director. We had his son on. We had Justin on the show.
Yeah.
And Justin is just cool as he can be. I mean, he's a great kid. Both the boys are good, and of course the daughter is cool too. But Justin, at the end of the interview, of course he's a mortician too, but he's in Russellville, you know.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, I put the fun back in funerals." You know?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that.
Well, with our horses, we always laugh and say we do weddings and funerals, so we do both ends.
There you go. There you go. what
talking
is it?
about
You cut your
both
throat
ends.
on both? Is that what it is? No.
Talking about both ends, what is the diapers on the back end of the horse?
Well, that's to hold
is that it depends
the
like
weight.
Speedy
That's
uses?
that's it. It holds the waist. Let's
Okay.
say that. That way, no one has to clean it up except
Right.
us. But we do recycle that waste. and we put it in
plant.
recycling bags, and we sell it as mulch.
There you go.
And it's Shorty's Best in Mulch.
Well,
Now, how's that for turning it
Hey,
around?
that says you're pretty slick at your marketing, gal. Pretty slick. Well, listen, we won't keep you, even though you're really improving our image to hang out with us.
Oh, well, thank
But
you. I really like your golf carts.
Well, thank
you. have
you.
a very nice golf
This
cart.
thing goes all over the country, and believe it or not, this little show goes all over the world because this is an internet show.
Okay.
And it goes everywhere.
Well, I can't
So-
wait to start listening.
Oh well, we want you to. We
I appreciate it.
We have a few good-looking
I
listeners.
had fun.
Hey, well, that's our deal.
All right.
That's our deal.
All right.
But we
And I appreciate you coming today and helping us advertise and looking at our car show. We have wonderful, wonderful cars. I think it's packed up, isn't it?
pretty cool.
I mean,
yeah.
Kevin's got it where they're not just in a parking spot; they're actually just on the street.
Yeah, you got to
too.
move stuff to get them in
Yeah,
and out.
and that's the way we like it. Pile them in.
Well, listen, guys, come to Bowling Green. Make sure you come downtown. Make sure you ride the carriage ride.
Thank you.
It is cool. It's fun. And plus, you get these good-looking girls to talk to you if you do that. Boy, you can't beat that.
We'll take your picture and put it on Facebook for you.
Boy, how about that? Guys, we're going to stab and steer, go through the square, and no telling who we will meet next. But we appreciate you listening to Event Radio, and we will be right back. I tell you what, guys, you never know who you'll run into at the JDRF cruise-ins, but you run into we run into a guy that's probably, I don't want to blow his head up, but probably the most talented guy that wearing so many hats of anybody I know lately. Mr. Clay Ballou. Clay, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Well, I tell you what, I want to know how you be a world-class body and paint guy, how you be one heck of a singer, and how you be one killer car show promoter all at the same time.
Lots of practice and lots of good friends to help you.
Yeah, I was wondering, do you have the Thunder on the Square shirt covering up the big S on your chest or what? You know, I mean, you can do all that stuff, buddy.
Well, we enjoy doing it, and JDRF is such a good cause, and we always look forward to all their events. That's why we're here today. And also, of course, we're promoting one we've got coming up in Shockoe, Kentucky.
Where is that? I know they have a big Christmas parade. I've always heard of that, but I don't know where it is.
Shockoe, let me think how you
Can't
get
there from here. What it is?
If you go to Adairville, Kentucky, or Russellville, and just ask anybody, they'll tell you how to get there.
Okay.
It's about 10 minutes from Adairville and probably 15 minutes from Russellville.
Well, y'all have killer cruise-ins in Russellville all the time anyway. I mean, man, they're a staple in this area. If you want to go to what's cool, you got to go see you know.
Well, we have some pretty good cruise-ins. Matter of fact, we're having ours tonight. A lot of times, a lot of the good folks here, when they leave here, go to Russellville and come out to ours. So,
Yeah, I'm telling you, I know. And you got a absolutely, what is that, a 30 what?
34 Ford.
34 forward, 3-window coupe, just only probably the most popular hot rod in existence.
Well, that was always my favorite car. My second favorite would be the 55 Chevy car.
Okay, all right.
So
you've been trying to trade with Earl?
I've been trying to trade with Earl, but I'm not having any luck.
No, I don't think you're going to get that done, buddy.
No.
No, I tell you, is that a nice 55 or what?
That's a very nice 55. Matter of fact, last year in October at our Thunder on the Square show, which is coming up in October, first Sunday of October, I believe he won Best of Show.
He did win Best
Yeah.
of Show, you know.
Yeah, and won a nice trophy, homemade trophy that I think I ended up making that trophy. He loved it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good honor. When you come to even an event like this and you see all these cars and then you figure out you got the big dog of everything there.
Feels good.
I've
done it a few times, luckily, myself. It feels really good.
Well, you not only got the coupe, you got a motorcycle that's drop-dead gorgeous that everything. Only guy that I guarantee you, when he picks you up on his rollback, you think he's taking you to a car show.
I started to load my 34 up and bring it on the rollback today.
Rollback with flames and all. Man, it's gorgeous. It's.
You have to customize them a little bit.
But
Anything with flames on it, Clay Spivey's going to like.
That's right. He likes flames.
Yeah, I'm sort of weird for flames anyway, you know. Susie said my flamed underwear, though. I didn't need to wear them out in public. But
they're starting to droop a little.
Yeah, well, that's what, along with everything else, you know, when you get old.
Yeah. Well, it's a great event today. Look at all these cars.
Hey, buddy, I'm just a little disappointed that you didn't put the third hat on and you're not singing a little here.
Well,
you actually are an excellent singer.
Next Friday night at Brewster's now, I will be singing.
We'll be there.
They'll be having their event next Friday night, and always look very forward to that. I love singing outside. on my back of my rollback stage there.
Well, I tell you
Clay,
what.
can you sing with the hula hoop girl? Let her do the hula hoop and you do the song.
Absolutely. I have to
right.
sing something a little peppier when she's hula hooping.
Yeah, well, it's probably easy to do, isn't it?
I tried a slow song one time and she fell asleep on me. Only time she ever stopped hula hooping.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. How long? Really, all kidding aside, how long have you been singing? Because you are a good singer, my friend.
I've only been singing for about 9 or 10 years.
You're kidding. Honest to goodness, I every time, and you always amaze me. I mean, I've been a friend for a long time, and I've admired your work forever. But every time that I think I got you figured out, you come up with a new talent. You know,
I've about run out of stuff to try.
Yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't. I doubt that. But
I can't do the airplane thing because I'm scared of heights.
Boy, me too.
So
me too.
I'm not going to be doing that, jumping out of planes or anything.
That's fun, Clay.
I bet it is. It looks fun.
Well, Terry did that. He jumped out of one like
A good
crazy.
airplane's a crazy thing.
Well,
yeah.
I
A good
guess
one,
so.
huh?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Anybody that would jump out of an airplane has lost their mind.
Yeah, I'm out on the height thing.
No,
but,
me too. I got scared to death over the winter. We went to Panama City, and Susie had me on too high a floor.
Too high floor.
Yeah, I wasn't happy at all.
Well, last year we was on about the 8th floor. We went to Panama City last year, and I didn't like really looking over the balcony. You know, there's not much of a balcony there. And that's,
I think that, and I told Susie this down there, and you just put a feather in my cap.
Thing.
No, we know about metal and stuff, and that salt water. You know how thin it's already gotten that stuff.
Exactly.
And of course, you don't have the problem I do. I'm a lard butt, and if I fell against that turkey's going to fall off. You know,
it's not the fall that hurts you; it's that sudden stop at the end.
Well, I told her, I said, Susie, I'll come back with you next year, honey, but I don't want to be above the 3rd floor. I figure I'll live there. Anything above the 3, I'm a dead animal when I hit the floor.
But you know what? This year we went to Destin and we was on the 2nd floor, and that's still a deadly fall.
Oh, I know, but it's mental. It's that's
hey,
mental.
and this time it had a little metal rail, and it had clear glass.
Is that better?
No, because we had our little 17-month-old granddaughter with us. She wanted to run up and hit on that glass, and we're like, stay away from the glass.
I tell you what, it's just a shame Susie's not here because I'd love to. I'll make sure she listens to this show and finds out somebody as talented as you. I'm not the old wimp here.
Y'all, you're not the only wimp around.
All right. Listen, my friend, we won't detain you any longer. We appreciate you stopping and taking the time to be on Event Radio and telling us about the cruises that you got going on. And,
I appreciate
and this was what, July the 26th?
July the 26th. This is the Shaco Community Center, and we will be doing music and singing there.
That's worth going, guys.
They're having tasties, baked beans, chips, and tea and lemonade, homemade ice cream. It's going to be worth the trip. Of course, they're having the 50-50 drawing. They're having trophy for best of show, best paint, kids' choice, and president's choice. That would not be Obama president either. That's the other.
Because people wouldn't come if you
No, we'd have trouble getting the crowd. But looking forward to that, July the 26th.
I don't know. If the ice cream was free, they'd probably all come.
Yeah, they probably would. Yeah. If they ever taste it, they will.
Yeah,
It's great. Well, thank you, Spivvy, and it's good to see y'all. And
Buddy, as always, it is our pleasure to have you. Mr. Clay Ballou, the guy, probably the most talented guy that T and I really know that will admit to knowing us, you know.
I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing y'all next Friday.
All right, we'll be there, buddy. Guys, we're going to stab and steer. We will be right back. All right, guys, we are back with our old buddy, gentleman that's got more cool cars than probably this car show's got, or close to it.
Got more cars than
not
Mickey
really.
Model Rocks.
Well, he's got some good-looking cars. Let's put it that way. Mr.
Thanks.
Bernie Lawrence. Bernie, how are you, my friend?
Doing good, Spiv. Thank you.
You having fun? I know better.
Oh, yeah.
You
Great
always
down
have
here.
fun.
It's a great venue down here on the square.
And Brother Britt's got you working for him. Now, what is the deal there?
All right, James Britt up at Camaro Creations on Highway 68. A lot of people know James from drag racing and also building Camaros. He's having his 9th Camaro Creation Cruise-In up at Ed Spear Park at Smith's Grove. Now, this is a good, shady park. You can get in the shade. He'll provide you lunch, and it's just a good cruise-in. James just does it to help
He's a
promote
fun
his
guy anyway.
Help promote his Camaro Creation deal.
Well, they actually restore. You know, I talked to him. We had him on a show, and I talked to him, and I said, buddy, I said, you know too much about a Camaro when they can bring you one bolt and you tell them exactly where it goes.
That's true.
And he can. I mean, he really can. He's
he's probably one of the few people who can build one blindfolded.
I would say that he
Do the
probably
Ray
could.
Charles build.
Yeah, the Ray Charles edition. Get Britt to do it blindfolded. That'd be
That's right.
that we get us a plaque and put on one.
That's right.
You got one of his cars, don't you?
I sure do. I've got the 67 that James had for 14 years, a 396 4-speed car, and lucky to have it. And unfortunately, it's not for sale.
Well, I imagine that. You got several that are not for sale, and I don't blame you because you got some awesome stuff. Tell me a little something. You had your first drag race experience at the Hot Rod Reunion. How'd that go?
I tell you what, that was my wife told somebody, said, well, that was on his bucket list. And I guess you can say that, but
But you want to fill the bucket back up now, don't you?
Yeah, but when you pull up the line at Beach Bend and you look on both sides and the crowd, the grandstands are full. You've got a helmet on, you can't hear yourself think. But it's I told somebody I played in a lot of golf tournaments, and on number 1 tee, I've had more butterflies than, believe this or not, than I had on the line at Beach Bend on drag race.
It was fun, though.
It was. It was really a lot of fun.
Is there a little future there, or are you?
I'm planning on doing a little more of it, just trying to pick the places to go and time to do it.
Well, which car is your now turned into race car for you?
It's actually a built race car. It's a '63 Dodge Polara. I bought it out of Atlanta, Georgia, and this gentleman had built it NHRA approved, but he really had ran it about 6 times, and he took it to more car shows than he did drag racing.
Yeah, well,
but it everything was ready to go except I had to replace the seat belts because they go out of date in about a year and a half, and everything else teched in. The only problem I had, and they told me to change this, it's got batteries in the trunk, 2 batteries, and the bolts that was holding the batteries weren't big enough, but they went on and proved and let me run the Hot Rod Reunion.
There you go, buddy. Well, I tell you what, out of all your cars, and we won't go through them all, but out of all your cars, which one's Bernie's favorite?
40 Willis Coupe.
The orange
D'Angelo
40
Pearl.
Willis.
Yeah.
That's your favorite of all of them?
That's my favorite.
In other words, if they all had to go, that would be the very last one.
Yeah, I had a gentleman this morning, and every time I see him, he wants me to price it. And then he asked me this morning what was the value of it, and I won't give in.
Just ain't going to matter, huh?
No.
He's trying to beat around the bush to make you say something.
I believe so.
Yeah, well, I don't.
And
blame you, my
I
friend.
appreciate that I've got a car that's like that.
And you're afraid to say a price because they might take it.
The thing about it, buddy, you got several of them that are like that. That just happens to be your favorite,
Yeah.
you know. But you've got some gorgeous stuff. And,
Well, thank you.
Right, honest to goodness, your money's safer there than it is in the bank, you know, because these cars go up so much, and your cars are Barrett Jackson quality cars, a lot of them.
It's been really hard to persuade my wife to think that way, though.
Well, you did pretty good. Hey, see, you got to be a pretty good salesman because you conned her into marrying you.
No, that's true.
You see, if you did that, this other stuff ought to be a piece of cake.
And it's better to collect cars than women.
Yeah, there you go.
I guarantee you, I'm blessed to have a wife that really don't give me a lot of friction over my cars.
Well,
we hope you're listening.
Yeah, we hope you're listening, and Bernie's actually saying that in public. So,
I'm really proud that I've got a wife. You know that.
Well, she's probably pretty
understandable.
proud with what she's got too. You know,
Well,
so
thank you.
it's sort of a 2-way street.
Okay.
Mr. Bernie Lawrence, thank you so much, sir. This is your second time to be on Event Radio.
Thanks, baby. Terry,
and we
appreciate
appreciate you being here and doing this. And it's just a lot of fun to be down here and have a good time and meet old friends. And Terry and I are having a blast to get to do one right here close to home.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. I bet that's right.
So anyhow, guys, the open house for our buddy is July the 26th. 11 a.m. until you either pass out or he runs you off. Mr. James Brent, and it's at the Edgepear Park in Smiths Grove, Kentucky, and that's pretty easy. Just north 65, turn right. You know, it's easy to find. But it'll be a fun deal.
Okay, thanks,
right.
baby. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Bernie. We appreciate it, guys. We're going to be right back from the Juvenile Diabetes Cruise In. Just hang in there with us. All right, guys, we are back from the JDRF Downtown Cruise In. And we come to a staple in Bowling Green, the absolutely longest living Corvette club of anywhere that I'm familiar with. Corvettes Limited. You guys have been around a while. First, tell us who you are.
I'm Daniel Garrett. I'm the president of Corvettes Limited.
And you guys have more fun. The fun police ought to get you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, I tell you what, Corvettes have done. They have put Bowling Green, Kentucky on the map. I mean, and that's pretty cool when a car does that. You know?
Corvette
City.
Yep.
Yeah, Corvette City, USA. You know, and of course, it's also a shame when everybody finds out about it because of a hole. You know, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's some unintentional, but it was some great publicity for the museum.
Well, it's really it's opened up the city to a lot of people because that was covered on every news media, I guess, everywhere in the world. You know.
Yeah, I had some friends from Australia call me and wanted to know what had happened.
Yeah.
So.
Did it swallow the kangaroos or something? Huh? Is that what it? Yeah. What else Corvettes Limited up to now?
Oh, we're doing cruises about every week. We just got done last month doing our own cruise in out at the museum. We attend all of these at the JDRF that we can. We had about 8 members today show up. Normally a lot bigger turnout than that, but we got a lot of members out on the roads right now in their Corvettes.
Having fun, yeah.
Having fun.
How about Corvette Homecoming next week?
That's going to be a big event. Joe Pruitt puts on a great show over at the Sloan Convention Center.
Yeah, I know we get to do that. We're going to get to come back here and do that for Joe. He's a good friend and a good guy.
Yep.
And neat deal. We actually talked to a lady from New Orleans that's driving up here in a new C7, and we're going to have her on. She's excited. It's her first road trip in that new car, and she's all pumped, ready to go.
Uh-huh.
How is the Motorsports Park going to affect things?
It's going to really boost attendance. We are done over there with the paving and everything. They're still doing a few of the barriers, finishing up that. But it will be open, ready to go Labor Day weekend, which is the 20th anniversary of the museum.
Yeah.
So we...
I bet Corvettes Limited is excited, and they'll probably commandeer you guys to do a little of the work, huh?
Well, yeah, we usually volunteer for a lot of the events. Of course, we use the museum's theater for our meetings once a month. But we get out there and help, always have a big turnout. We're going to do some of the Motorsports Park stuff for them. Everybody's going to have to be on hand because the 20th anniversary event, we've got over 7,000 people pre-registered for that event.
It's going to be a big deal.
It's going to be a big deal. So it'll be all the volunteers we can get a hold of.
There you go. Well, if let's say a guy is listening to this show away from here and contemplating moving to Bowling Green and is a Corvette enthusiast, can he get hooked up with you guys?
Sure. We have our website. It's Corvettes Limited of bowlinggreen.com, or you can contact the museum at corvettemuseum.org and talk to Stephanie. She'll get you in touch with us. I also work at the museum. I do deliveries of new Corvettes.
So you tell them what does what, huh?
That's right.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I get to drive a new one every day.
Hey, that's a tough job, buddy. I don't know. I'm trying to sit here and compare what could possibly be better, and I can't come up with much, especially when you get to my age. Now, if a little younger, I might have come up with something, but at my age, I think that'd be about as cool as things could be.
Well, working at the Corvette plant and retiring in 08 and then going to the museum and working, it's been a dream come true for me.
Well, I tell you what, y'all, Corvette's first-class car. It does nothing but get better by the year, and I've been a huge fan of them for a long, long time, and have been fortunate enough to have a couple, and might get another one of these days. You never know, but they're just cool. Once you've had one, you always want another one. You always want to keep one.
They're the car guy's drug, I guess. We got street rodders, and I love street rods. I grew up around them. But the Corvette, there's just something about the Corvette, and it's in your blood, and you just can't get it out.
It's almost like a cult.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. You know, it's not a bad cult, but a good cult.
Right.
And it's...
Well, we call it family.
There you go.
We call it family. So.
What do the girls call it? Because, it's a chick magnet. No, let's just call it the way it is. They're a chick magnet. So what do they call it?
I've never heard one called anything except for sometimes
can I go ride?
In the butt, or yeah.
Can I go ride? That's usually what it is. Well, guys, not to say that if you're the ugliest old boy on the block that this would help you, but it sure can hurt you.
That's right. That's right.
And they are cool cars, and one of the very few cars out there, guys, that you can put your money in, you can play with it, and you might even make $1 when you get ready to go sell it because they stay worth money all the time.
That is true. And honestly, some of the newer ones are getting great gas mileage too.
Yeah.
So they are, believe it or not, you got 400 plus horse, and you can still get close to 30 miles a gallon on the highway.
Oh, that blows me away. I got a Suburban that doesn't have any horsepower, doesn't get any mileage. So, it's one of those deals.
Yeah.
Dan, my friend, thank you for taking a few minutes to be on Event Radio. We appreciate it. We appreciate everything that Corvette does for Bowling Green, for the not only the things that is done from the museum and the motorsports park to come, but the image it's created for the city has been great. I mean, think about it. We got the only baseball team in the world called the Hot Rods.
Yep.
And Corvette City USA actually caused that. I mean, I can't imagine, and I think it's because GM won't let them, and you need to talk to them, because the tourist commission would gladly name Bowling Green officially Corvette City USA if they could do it. They just won't let them, and I don't know why.
Well, we call it Vet City, whether GM wants it or not. We call it Vet City, and it's something that I think the tourism department, the city, needs to sit down with GM and actually go over and say,
Yeah, and I got another suggestion too.
Okay.
I think whoever is a mayor of this city should even give him a demo and make him drive it. But really, I mean, if you're going to represent the only city in the world, and you're going to be the head cat or the guru, you should drive what made it famous.
Yep.
I think.
I totally agree with that.
Well, listen, Dan, thank you for joining us on Event Radio. We have a ton of fun, guys, from the JDRF Cruise In, one of our fun events that we go to, and nothing any cooler than the guys from Corvettes Limited, and we appreciate them more than they know. We will join you again real quick. All right, guys, welcome back to Event Radio in the JDRF Cruise In. We run upon a lady that makes me just sick at my stomach that this is radio and not TV.
Aww.
Because she is a local TV celebrity and has been for years, and is just flat cool. That's all you can say.
I
She's
love
just
you
flat
for it.
cool.
I
Miss
think you're
Barbara,
pretty
how are
cool
you?
too. I'm great. I'm so.
Miss Barbara D, by the way.
Yes, thank you. But what a great turnout, huh?
Oh, is this cool or what?
This is extremely cool, and I got to tell you, the cars here. We were just talking about this. If we were to decide how much these are all worth, what's in the square right now, where would you go?
Which one of these banks you want to buy?
No, seriously, it would be, wouldn't it?
Oh, listen, your average. I'm going to say the average car here, minimum $30,000.
Minimum.
Yeah. You've got some that will approach the 100 mark. So, I mean, it's just huge.
And there's bunches. I haven't counted them, but there's a lot. There's a Cobra.
Oh, yeah.
A good-looking Cobra.
Blue one?
The red one.
There's the red one. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
I'm too busy looking at girls like you. I really hadn't paid attention to a lot of these.
We know why you're here. We
Yeah,
know
that's
about
right.
this.
Yeah,
And
my wife approves, though. It's
well,
okay.
that's good. And the one that I saw that I just absolutely love, it's a Lincoln Zephyr.
Yes.
They built those in the 40s, kind
Yes,
of a limited edition. I mean,
sort of the Al Capone edition.
It does.
Yeah.
It looks like it's right out of a gangster movie. Beautiful.
Well, see, that's what we need to do. We need to get you one of those flapper outfits and
There
get
you
you
go.
in that car. And
Okay.
as pretty a gal as you are, boy, we could just get in movies and we could do all kinds of stuff.
We could do all kinds
We
of stuff.
could do it.
Now, how have you been?
I've been good for an old
Yeah.
fat guy.
Oh, but you sound good.
Oh, well, yeah, that's because it's radio and they can't see me.
The theater of
we
the
would,
mind.
See, we would really be good if we had TV, because we get to set the pretty girls like you, and they
You're
could see us do
sweet.
that, and our image would be
sweet.
greatly enhanced.
I think your image is doing just fine.
We are pretty lucky.
We are.
We started this thing about a year ago, and we cover everything with wheels. If
Okay.
it has wheels, we go do it. The show is broadcast internet all over the world.
Okay.
And it has an archive page where you can call up old shows that you've missed, just touching a button. So it's pretty cool.
I think it's an excellent idea, and especially, we're the home of the Corvette. When people hear that, Bowling Green, Kentucky. So if you're hearing this out there in the hemisphere, come on down to Bowling Green sometime.
Hey, it's a cool place to be.
It is.
It's a
It
fun
is.
place to be.
It is.
And it's Corvette City, USA. What can you say?
But today, it's not just Corvettes.
Today
it's
is Hot
everything.
Rod City, USA.
You bet.
And what could be cooler than doing an event like this and giving all the money to juvenile diabetes? That's, that shows where the car guys' hearts are.
You betcha. They
They're
are a
out here
special
in the
breed.
90-degree weather. They're bringing hot rods and cars to show people. They're not getting money. They're not doing anything. They're raising money.
You're
every
right.
dollar goes to JDRF.
Juvenile diabetes. And Kevin Kirby, who's one of the orchestrators of this event, talks about the fact that by the end of the year he'll have raised $100,000
Yeah.
for juvenile diabetes.
Oh yeah, and this is the multiple years, dear.
Yeah.
This is year number. Let's see, 4 maybe.
Yeah.
3 for sure, and maybe 4. I
So
don't
almost
remember.
$500,000.
Yeah.
And you're doing your part out here, and we'd like to just thank you for what you do.
We're greedy. We do it to get to sit with pretty girls like you.
I'm telling you, I'm kind of liking it.
All right. So what's Miss Barbara up to now?
You know what? Still working in public television, doing my voiceover stuff, and having a good time. I have another Emmy nomination coming my way.
Well, I tell you, do we pick those stars or
what? I'm very excited about that. We'll find out in August. But anyway, life's good. Life's good, and life is good in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah, it sure is.
It is.
Sure is.
We have a lot to
we're
be
fortunate.
thankful for.
I've told people a lot that when I got my age that I am now. Of course, I've become an antique, and when I got this age, I thought the coolest thing in the world would have been to throw my sucker in the dirt and go to Daytona Beach, because everything cool I thought went on in Daytona. Well, here I turn into an old guy and quit and start doing this for fun, and I sort of believe staying here is pretty cool.
I think
because
it is.
everything there are so many events that go on here. Just like my buddy Dallas Jones, one of our sponsors, with Beach Bend Raceway, of course, and Splash Lagoon. They have 17 multi-day events here this year.
Think about that.
Hey, think about the money that generates.
Well, yeah. But the people here are special. The
Everybody
people are
here's
kind.
special.
The women are beautiful. The men are handsome. I mean, it's all good.
Whoa, all right. Boy, you can tell this lady's a pro.
It's all good. It is.
Miss Barbara, I can't tell you how much of a pleasure it's been to have you. First of all, to get to see you, because I don't get to see you near enough. But to have you sit in here with us, because, boy, you sure make us sound good.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you so much. Nice sitting here with you.
Hey, I'm
It's all
telling you
good.
what, improved my image a bunch. Guys, we're having fun at JDRF. We're going to get out of here and stab and steer. No telling who we will run into next. Probably, I guarantee you, nobody as pretty as who we've just had. But we're going to give it our best shot. Hang in there with us. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back with the man himself, the guy that actually makes all the cruise-in stuff around here possible. Our good buddy, Mr. Kevin Kirby. Kevin, my friend, how are you?
I'm good today, man. We've got a beautiful day here in Bowling Green. And
Well, I
having a
noticed you was politicking out there.
beautiful car show.
You was
And-
politicking, going all around the square, shaking hands.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate everybody being here, and I want to let them know that I do.
You know, and I think, honestly, that is what makes your events so successful, is because you do care.
Oh, I do appreciate it. I mean, it just don't mean what it means to me to have 200 cars down here or so. I mean, it's just great. I love seeing the square busy, and I love seeing all the vendors. They sold out of vendor spots down here today. First time they've ever done that since second Saturday.
Well,
program.
they're going to have to open it up a little bit and go down this, like you and I talked, down to this other shopping center.
You notice we got the main road going up through Bowling Green College Street. I've took a whole row of it and
Well,
blocked
that's
it
all
off.
right. You're the corner. You can do that.
Well, I don't know about that. They put me in jail like everybody else. But we just took advantage of the situation, and we do want to try to get this to grow. And we're going to be down here again next month in August.
Yeah.
And then in September, second Saturdays. And it's a beautiful – our town has got a beautiful downtown. It's been revitalized. We got a lot of new businesses. Got the ballpark, got Circus Square, got Sky Pack, got the Capitol. We're still doing things here at the Capitol Arts Center here.
Right.
And, we're just so blessed to have this type of community that we can do these events in.
And my friend, you do every bit of this tireless work, and every dollar of that money goes to juvenile diabetes. I can't tell you how grateful that you are to allow Terry and I to be part of this and to do what little we can to help. But you just work tirelessly. And buddy, there's a gold star out there for you somewhere.
I don't know about that.
Well,
but,
there's got to be.
But I enjoy doing it, and it's not just me. It's a good group of us that work hard together. And Larry Walker and I was down here this morning, and Albert's brother, and we set this stuff up, and then everybody else starts coming in. Everybody's got a job, and we tell them what we need done. Everybody just chips in, and there's power in numbers.
Sure there is.
And we've got the numbers down here. We've got the people to help us, and we've got good crowds. And it's a great day to be down here. It's a beautiful day. And we've raised, I'm sure, probably up over $500 more already. Had a $300 donation.
I was trying
from, Barry Dye over here. He donated his money. He's going to make plane down here today to JDRF.
Hey, that's cool, buddy. That's cool. We tried to get number one mom here, Miss Lynn, to talk to us, but she says I'm busy selling T-shirts. Y'all leave me alone.
She doesn't hardly want to get in.
Well, I wouldn't ask her to sing or nothing.
I told her, I said, you're not on TV or nothing. She said, oh, I sound like a hick.
No, she does.
She doesn't. She's a sweet lady.
You done good there, buddy.
Well, she was blind in one eye and couldn't see out the other when I first met her.
And you're scared to get her any LASIK now, right?
Yeah, well, I got them fixed after we got married. She couldn't do too much about it.
Yeah, she couldn't get out of it, huh?
But she is a great lady. And we've been
She's
together
a good girl.
37 years. And
she's a good gal.
She stands by me side by side, and she enjoys these events and works as hard
and she
as
likes
I do.
hot rods.
Yes,
I
she
think
does.
that's cool. I mean, you got her truck over here, and we're going to take some pictures of that so we can flip behind this show. I'm surprised she let you bring it out.
Well, she drove it down here.
Okay.
I drove the 32.
You drove the 32 Ford. Okay.
Yeah, she drove her truck down. She likes her truck. And, she saw that one day we were in a shop, and it was an old truck. It was in bad shape, needed repair. And she said, I just think that truck's so cute. And my daughter fell in love with it. So I bought it without them knowing it, and then told them the next week that we were going to fix it up.
Yeah, well, it's gorgeous.
It took us a little while, but we got her done, and she enjoys it. We enjoy it.
Yeah, well, you it ain't your first rodeo. You got several really neat cars, and
I love cars.
The absolute most awesome shop that I've ever been into to keep.
Well, we're working on it. Just got a new lift put in yesterday.
Oh, did you?
So
okay.
I'm excited.
Let me ask you something. We're going to take a picture of this because this is going to still got some mileage on this quilt that's here. We've got a quilt that. Are you auctioning it, or how are you going to do that?
Raffle tickets.
Raffle tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I
yes.
see.
And this quilt was made by Debbie Pascal here in Bowling Green.
It's cool.
Her and her husband Albert are big supporters of us, and they help us tremendously. Debbie herself works at Walmart and has worked with Walmart this year, and Walmart itself has donated over, 2, 4, 6, 7, about $800 to JDRF through her working at these events.
Cool.
So we appreciate her and her employer Walmart as well for helping us out. And she hand-stitched this, and she's going to raffle it off, and all the money goes to JDRF.
Well, we're going to have to buy some tickets on that.
It's
bad
sharp.
boy.
It's neat now.
It's cool.
I don't think it'd be one that your wife would let you go home and wrap up in and lay in a chair, though.
You don't reckon?
But if you bought it and you want it, you could probably do whatever you want to.
Not in my house. Not in my house. Kevin, my friend, thank you as always for joining us on Event Radio. It is always our pleasure. We look forward to having you. We look forward to coming to every event that you even dabble in because they're always so cool.
Well, we have a good time. And I'll tell you what, we don't know how much we appreciate you guys because
we
you
just
all
try,
get
buddy.
out where we can't get out.
Well, we just try.
You get out across the airways and you go all the way across this country to different places, and we know that, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the news media and people helping us in Bowling Green, it wouldn't be as successful as it is because you all get the word out in any other ways, and we appreciate it very much.
It's easy for us because we enjoy coming. You know?
Y'all like me. You love cars.
Well, sure we do.
You've loved them ever since you was a child.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm right behind you. I used to
there you
envy
go.
you.
Well, I
for the
envy you
cars.
now, friend. Yeah, we can pat each other on the back for a while.
Panaters and Cobras.
Yeah.
I remember those cars.
Oh, I do too.
That Panatera, I'd love to have it.
Yeah, well, Susie tore the clutch out of that thing about 5 times. Anyway, guys, we are at JDRF downtown at the Cruise Inn. We are having a blast. Our buddy Kevin looks at everything that's cool and checks it out and knows exactly what the sharp stuff is. So
a lot of pink down here today, too.
Yeah, a lot of pink.
We're selling bright pink T-shirts. We've got over here new T-shirts we just got in. They're great.
Classy looking, too.
Yes, they are.
I
Very nice.
really like them.
Very nice.
Really like them. Guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys, right after Kevin got out, we were cruising down through here, and, boy, I got scared for a minute. And we ran upon a gentleman that's got his face painted like a tiger. What's your name, buddy?
Zaire.
What?
Zaire.
Gosh, boy, I tell you what, you look scary, man. Why? Where did you get that done?
I don't know.
But Mom sort of took you over there. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's cool to have a cool mom like that, right?
I kind of like it, folks.
You kind of like it. Well, that's cool. I think that's neat. Are you having fun down here today?
Yeah.
Did you do the bounce houses or anything?
No, not yet. I'm going to get some ice cream first.
Oh, I think they're cool, buddy. You know exactly how to make it work. Always do the ice cream first.
Yep.
You know, that's why they ought to put the desserts on the menu first instead of the appetizers, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, too.
Me
well, listen.
too.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to slow down the ice cream production.
Ask him about his tattoos. There.
Yeah, you got tattoos, too? Yep. Here, you got to talk to me, buddy. You got to talk in the thing, okay? Yeah, you got to talk in the microphone. They don't know you're here, okay? Yeah, we got to get the headset fixed, Mom. Hang in there. Now, all right, I'll hold it and you talk. How about that? Will that work? Okay, well, it's just not playing fair. You know what it is, T. He wants his ice cream. He really doesn't care about us. He wants the ice cream. Is that right?
Yep.
What flavor are you going to get, buddy? You got
Chocolate.
Chocolate? I like chocolate. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Are you having fun here?
Mhm.
Have you got a favorite car?
Yes.
Which one?
My dad's car is a
Which
truck.
one?
My dad's car is a truck.
Your dad's car? Well, I don't blame you. I think that's cool. Well, listen, we want to thank you for being on Event Radio, and you got to enjoy that ice cream, okay?
Okay.
All right. We're going to be right back, guys. All right, guys, we are back from the JDRF Cruise In, and I get to actually take a minute and talk to a dear, dear friend of mine that has been a friend for a long, long time. My good buddy, Mr. Sonny Sandage. Sonny, how in the world are you?
Well, I'm doing better than I was.
Well, you all right.
I'm doing better than I was, thank you.
Anybody that's got as cool a street rod as you got, you got to be doing good all the time.
Oh, yeah. If I could get it out and put gas in it.
Well, I tell you what, it is absolutely sharp. I love it's. What year is that car? It's a sedan.
A 1934 sedan.
1934 Chevy sedan.
Yeah.
Plum purple.
Yeah.
And my favorite color in a street rod. I love it.
Mine too.
I think it's just the thing about it, guys. This Sonny looks like a late day version of Al Capone in that car because it's got the big headlights and all. I love that car.
Yeah. You're talking about after he died?
Yeah, there you go. And all probably for what it's worth, all the money that he had stored away.
Oh,
Yeah. You got a couple of street rods.
I got a 37 Olds coupe.
Which one's your favorite?
This purple car, the 34 Chevrolet.
And you drive it everywhere. You go.
Yeah, I go anywhere. I drive it to Knoxville a lot of times.
Do you?
And I'm going to be driving to Louisville, the second of August, I think it is, and also Evansville.
Going over to the Frog Follies.
Yeah, we'll be going to the Frog Follies. Yeah,
that's a fun event over there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it's everything's cheaper than at that one because it's they donated to a non-profit thing.
Yeah, they raise a lot of money. And they have a bunch of cars.
Oh yeah,
I think
they do.
about 3,000 or something, isn't it?
500's all they want.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, or maybe it's 5,000.
5,000, I believe. Yeah, because I know I went over there and boy, it wore my old fat butt out walking around looking at all that.
They got more spectators than they have cars.
Oh, I know, it's full of people.
And they got a big swap meet way down behind, back in the lower part.
Yeah,
and it's all kinds. They sell all kinds of old stuff.
Well, I tell you what, buddy, there ain't no sharper car at a street rod event than your car. It's
well, thank you.
I mean, it's hot rod. Now, I mean, when you a lot of these cars are cool and they're neat period wise, but you got a hot rod, and that's what that's about to me.
It's got a new ZZ4 motor in it, and it runs fast.
But imagine you liking that.
It really runs good.
Well, I tell you what, my friend. We've been friends for a long, long time.
We sure have.
And want it to be forever.
We always will be.
Yeah, I hope so. I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to be on this radio show. I never get to talk to you very long at a time because you out there rolling on them wheels. And
well, I knew you was into this business. I got some of your cards your daughter gave me, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to you about it, though.
Well, we just introduce you to a lot of people, and that way you'll have much more friends other than just us.
Yeah, right. That's right.
That'll work. See that they see that purple hot rod go in there. They're gonna know who they can talk to there.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right. Our buddy, Mr. Sonny Sandage. Thank you so much for being on Event Radio and taking the time to.
Thank you there.
I thought we was going to disturb your ice cream there, so we had to wait till that was over. We knew not to do that.
That's all right. I got it where it's in a good place now.
Okay, all right. Guys, we're going to ride around. We will be right back. Well, T-Bone, what a deal. Boy, is this fun or what?
I tell you what, Spirit, the hot rods are awesome, but all the vendors, the cane-back chairs, necklaces, tie-dyed, hell, they got everything here.
Yeah.
Heck, they got everything here.
Well, I tell you what, this has been a really cool. I was actually worried a little bit when we decided to come down and do this show because most of the car guys, they don't really want to talk to you very much. They're happy just to sit around and hang out and have fun and stuff. And we were fortunate enough that we got a lot of them to cut loose and talk to us. How about the little horse gal? Is she cool or
Oh,
what?
that was a great interview. She's a sweet lady.
Oh, yeah, and she knows her stuff, too. You know,
And
she's a
the
pretty
crowd
smart
down
gal.
here, Spivey. You know, what's the old Everly Brothers song, Way Down in Bowling Green, Prettiest Girls You Ever Seen?
You know, that
half
was...
of them are here on the square today.
Boy, isn't that true? And you know, that was really right lyrics for a song. I mean, they were on the mark. I mean, they were really after it.
Well, the horse is going to walk out right here.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
A 2-horsepower wagon.
We get to follow them, you know.
I want to see what they do with that diaper.
You might not want to, you reckon? Yeah, I tell you what, there is so much crazy, wild stuff down on the square, and such beautiful cars, and the people are great. This is just a fun day.
Well, I'm proud to have Bowling Green's the hometown, not only because it's the race capital of Kentucky, but Beach Bend, the Bowling Green committee doing Kevin and them doing the downtown thing here. That's too cool.
I know, it's fun. It's fun, and it makes you proud to be from here, you know. Not to mention the Corvettes. How many good-looking Corvettes you've seen?
Man, and how many of the good friends we hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah. This was fun to get to do this at home and get to see people that we haven't seen for months and just have fun. You know,
I wonder why a lot of people act like they don't know us.
Imagine that. You imagine, or maybe our reputation precedes us. Would that be?
Statute of limitations probably run
Actually,
out
they
on
can't
that.
believe we're this calm. I think it's probably what it is. It's usually on the square, we're probably trying to race around it or something.
We've done that a few times.
Yeah, we have. Well, listen, this is
Matter
fun.
of fact, don't interrupt you, but right here where we're sitting now, I got throwed on a motorcycle and landed clean over there when the Singer sewing machine place was to our right.
You learn how to sew while you was there?
No, but I was eat all up.
Maybe they practice on you.
They could stitch me up, I'm sure.
Yeah, they could have sewed you up. Well, you've had a little of that, you know, in your motorcycle career. You know, it. Boy, what a deal! What a
like we're saying, just who would have thought we'd be able to come in and enjoy hot rods on the square, or they've even got bikes down here now.
Yeah, they got everything.
And, you know, times be a changing, as Bob Dylan say.
That's right. Times they be a changing. Well, I guess we better be a changing because we've had too much fun down here and got to go get ready to do another one. No telling where we'll be from here, but we'll be there and try to make sure you have fun. Yeah, we'll try to make sure you have fun at it. We appreciate everybody joining us every time for every show. We appreciate our sponsors, our newest sponsor, Holley Corporation, and if you can't find some kind of hot rod part with the guys at Holley, you're not actually trying very hard.
Or you don't have a hot rod.
Yeah, because they make so much cool stuff. But the guys at Holley for joining us, we appreciate you more than you know. As always, we appreciate our regular sponsors that have been with us and put faith in us, but probably before they should have. Beach Bend Raceway, Beach Bend Splash Lagoon,
Quick Fuel, Final Finish,
and of course the Gearhead Gazette, where you can find us usually going. And if you don't want to fool with us, you can find a whole list of other stuff to go to because everything that's cool goes on in the Gearhead Gazette.
They'll let you know about it.
GearheadGazette.com. You can't miss it, and just get their schedule, and you'll find out everything that's cool going on everywhere in our area. We appreciate you joining us. We've had fun from the Juvenile Diabetes event downtown and seeing all our hometown folks. T, shall we ride?
Let's head on.
We're going to stab and steer and head to the house. Guys, thank you for joining us. We will talk to you again.
You've been listening to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you heard about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Join us next time with your hosts, Spivey Williams and Terrible T Guy.